Today I'm going to give away a free t-shirt, bring you comics news, bring you the book of the week, and reveal the books I bought this week. How y'all doing? I'm Victor, and you are watching the Comic Hero Show. Now kick that logo! Welcome to this edition of the Comic Hero Show. I'm your host, Victor Nunley, and I am the Comic Hero. Football season is here, and this is a Comic Hero football jersey that I made myself. Have the number 16. Now, I'm going to explain what the number 16 means, and then I have that on the shoulders, and then on the sleeves I have the CH, and then the word mark Comic Hero, and on the back my last name. Now, what the number 16 means? Well, 16 for me is a very personal number. I started reading and collecting comics when I was 16. I started playing the piano at Lane Chapel CB Church of Homer when I was 16. And my dad passed away when I was 16. And so 16 is a very personal number to me, and that's why I chose it. But if you're watching this and you're a fan of football, of a football team, whether it be high school, college, or NFL, this is a good luck to your teams, and yeah. All right, it's time to give away a free T-shirt. All right, last week's episode, I asked true or false. Batman owns the Daily Planet. Well, the answer is true. Batman ended up buying the other half of the Daily Planet from Lex Luthor after he pretty much ruined the newspaper. And this happened in a story arc from Batman from 15 years ago called Hush. Well, 6 people have answered correctly, and because they've answered correctly, your names have been entered in a drawing for a free tee, and that drawing takes place right now. So the winner of the free tee on this week's episode of the show is Chris McDaniel from Lakeview, Florida. So congratulations, Chris. You win yourself a free Comic Hero tee. All right. Here's a question for next week's episode, and this is a Captain Marvel question. Which rock and roll legend was rumored to dye his hair jet black because of his favorite superhero, Captain Marvel Jr.? Everyone who answers correctly will be entered in a drawing for a free tee on episode 275. All right. Now, I don't have a Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown fight for y'all, but you know, as they say, the show goes on. So it's time for Comically Speaking. So without further ado, let's talk comics! Alright, there are 4 things we're going to talk about in this segment of Comically Speaking, and the first one is the news that Doctor Doom may be playing the main villain in Phase 4 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I think this is great, and Marvel Studios, it says that they're coming up with the script and production for a brand new Fantastic Four, and I hope it's going to deliver. And also, not only that, but the news of the rumors of the actor that may play Doctor Doom, and that's Michael Fassbender. Now, Michael Fassbender played the younger version of Magneto since X-Men First Class. I kind of like this. I kind of like this move. I think he would do great because, for starters, he's already a British actor. Now, if they could get him, now they'll probably hopefully have him talking in with an Eastern European accent. Let's hope so, because Latveria is a fictitious Eastern European country in the Marvel Universe. I think it's great. Let's just hope that they tell his origin correctly, because the last 2 Fantastic Four, the last try, 20th century, when they tried Fantastic Four twice, they failed both times by giving Doctor Doom the same origin that the Fantastic Four had, and that's not true. He did not get his powers the same way that the Fantastic Four did. And I just hope that Marvel Studios does it right. All right, now the second thing is that Phase 4 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe will feature several evil versions of Captain America. I think that's great. I mean, there have been other evil versions of Captain America in the comics, so why not? But one thing that I hope, and this is a long stretch, and more than likely it's probably not gonna happen. I would love to see Chris Evans come back and play the evil Captain America from Secret Empire. Now, Secret Empire was a miniseries that came out from Marvel a few years ago, and everyone was led to believe that he was brainwashed, but actually he wasn't brainwashed. He was actually created by the Cosmic Cube as an evil doppelganger for Captain America, where the real one was actually trapped inside the Cosmic Cube. He somehow escaped from it and then beat the living crap out of well, a lot of folks call him Steve-O. But it's probably not going to happen because Chris Evans his contract ran out. And he said that his last Marvel movie would be Avengers Endgame, which he did a stellar job at. But who knows? All right, now the third thing is that Shia LaBeouf is rumored to star in the new Marvel TV series Moon Knight. Now, a lot of folks are kind of crying foul about this, but there was something that one of my friends from college, Michael Tesfaye, had said to me. He had said that we all boo-hooed and hissed when Heath Ledger was casted as the Joker, because we thought that it wasn't going to work, and we were all wrong, because he delivered in a way that was outstanding. I mean, he became the second best cinematic Joker, right behind Jack Nicholson. And so, with that being said, I'm not going to boo-hoo or hiss this. I'm just going to wait till the movie comes out, because LaBeouf, he has played either irrational or eccentric characters throughout his entire career, and for the most part, that's what Moon Knight is. He's a very he's a Batman with an even more recognizable mental illness or whatever. Can't wait to see it. All right, now the final thing. Wyatt Russell, the son of Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn, has been casted as U.S. agent in the upcoming Marvel show, The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. For those of y'all know, his father Kurt Russell, played the role of Ego in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, and he did a great role. And I think he and Goldie Hawn's little boy is going to deliver as John Walker, aka U.S. Agent, and I really can't wait to see that. I also can't wait to see, even though he's not going to be calling himself Captain America, I really can't wait to see Sam Wilson, aka Anthony Mackie, wield the Cap shield. I mean, it's going to be spectacular. All right, that's it for Comically Speaking. Now it's time for the Book of the Week. Let's do this. All right, my book of the week is The Flash. Now, The Flash is Barry Allen, who is a forensic scientist for the Central City Police Department, and he's the second character that's taken on the mantle. The first one was Jay Garrick, right around the World War II era, and there have been other characters that have called themselves The Flash, namely his nephew Wally West, and then his grandson Bart Allen. But he's taken on the mantle, and he's almost everyone's favorite Flash. And this current volume that's been on the run since 2016 has been written by Josh Williamson, and there have been a bevy of great artists that have been on this book. I mean, the book is 77 issues old. Well, the volume is 77 issues old, rather, And there was a story arc that just ended called called Year One, where we see a reimagining of how Barry Allen became the Flash. Of course, he became the Flash as a result of of being struck by lightning and a whole bunch of chemicals inside of his lab at the CCPD, thus giving him powers. And we see him going up against the Turtle. Now the Turtle is a villain who's already immortal, but he gains more strength by sapping the life of other people, and then he also gets even more power when he saps the Flash up to speed. And it ended with him taking down both the turtle from the past, and then the turtle from the future. And then he ended up with a new lease on life. I said leash. He ended up with a new lease on life, and before now there was this character called Steadfast, who has the one of the unknown forces called the Still Force, and he ends up catching up with the Flash and says, "Hey, you need to relive your past," and this was it. And then the Flash ends up rebuilding the Flash Museum. He catches up with Kid Flash and the Flash of China, and he says, "Hey, look, I'm very sorry about the way things have gone. Let's be a family again. There's something I want to show y'all." At first, Wallace, not Wally, but Wallace, who is Kid Flash, he had said, "I don't know about that, but okay." So they go to the Flash Museum, and then inside the Flash, and then within the Flash Museum is their own lab, and already Commander Cole from the future. This is a good Commander Cole, not to be mistaken for the Leonard Snark Captain Cole. And then Steadfast are already in there trying to find the trickster who had recently escaped from Iron Heights. And while they're looking for him, the Death Flash comes out of nowhere and it starts sapping the life of Steadfast. Now, there was a story arc before that called Force Quest, where the Flash was going all throughout the world to find the new reveal forces that had been released thanks to the destruction of the Source Wall. Now there was the Still Force, the Sage Force, the Strength Force, and several others. And the Flash were out to find them. Well, the Still Force ended up. Well, Steadfast ended up getting the Still Force, and with the Death Flash coming to sap Steadfast of his speed. That's where I last left off. Number 77 is actually one of the books that I bought this week. So that's it for the book of the week. So let's get to the comics I bought this week.
Comic books I bought this week.
All right, first up is Ghost Spider number 1. Aquaman number 51. Batman number 77. Powers of X number 3. Or Powers of 10 number 3, rather. My apologies to Jonathan Hickman and Marvel. The Superior Spider-Man number 10. Teen Titans number 33. Tony Stark Iron Man number 15. Captain Marvel number 8. Superman Up in the Sky number 2. Action Comics number 1014. The Amazing Spider-Man number 28. Avengers number 23. Black Panther number 15. Captain America number 13. Detective Comics number 1010. Book I was just talking about, The Flash number 77. Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man number 11. House of 10 number 3. Justice League number 30. Justice League Dark number 14. Superman number 14. Thor number 16. Venom number 17. Wonder Woman number 77. And finally, and I'm very excited about this book, Marvel Comics number 1000. All right, that's 25, which brings the total number of comics that I bought since December of 1997 to 9,564. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Here's a question again for a free tea for next week's episode. Which rock and roll legend was rumored to have dyed his hair jet black because of his favorite superhero, Captain Marvel Jr.? Everyone who answers correctly been in the drawing for a free tea on next week's episode, and congratulations to Chris McDaniel, who won a free tea on this episode. All right, it's September, and there are a few causes I'm going to raise awareness of this month. And prostate cancer is one of them. PCOS is another. Now, I did promise that I was going to wear one of the superhero comic hero tees that I was unable to wear during the summer of superheroes. I still may do that. I don't know if I'm going to do it this month or if I'm going to do it this Saturday when I'm over at the 1-year anniversary opening of the 1-year anniversary of Villains Comics and Collectibles in Monroe. It's on 4 Louisville Avenue, right next to Lucky 7 Tattoo. Go out there. Dustin, Daniel, and Blair will be happy to see you. It's gonna be live music, food, a lot of of cool giveaways. I'm gonna try to be out there. If I do, I'll try to do a Comic Hero Show extra. But you know, with me, I mean, wearing superhero Comic Hero tees are all great, but at the same time, I like to reach out to people, and this show is tailor-made for that. I like to reach out to people. There's a lot of causes that are going on in the world. I mean, this month is Prostate Cancer Awareness Month. It's also PCOS Awareness Month. Now, PCOS stands for Polycystic Ovarian Syndrome. I've raised awareness of that before, and I'm going to do it again this month. And then also this month is Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. And I personally know the parents of children who have beaten cancer, and I also know the parents of children who have lost their battle with cancer. And I want to reach out to any parent or any child that is either living with cancer, has beaten cancer, or the parents of a child who have lost their battle with cancer. I mean, that's what I'm all about. That I love helping people. I love reaching out to people. I love showing love to people. Love is what it's all about, folks. I mean, the only way that we're going to get through this life, through life here on Earth, is love. Definitely not hate. I mean, hate, as Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Once said, is a burden that's too heavy to bear. And if you're a football fan, whether it's high school, college, or professional, good luck to your teams this season. All right, I'm Victor Nolly on the Comic Hero. I'll see you next week for episode 275, and before that, for a Comic Hero Show extra at Villains Comics and Collectibles. So until then, be safe, be blessed, be a hero!